Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sofineee. So I look a little crazy because I'm gonna be doing my hair as we talk about this topic. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about lint today and how we can prevent it if you don't have it yet, or how to at least work with it if you do. So, and I have a cute little hairstyle I'm trying to do at the end of this video. So if you're interested in what I have to say and seeing how this hairstyle come out, continue and keep on watching. Okay, so the topic is lint, and I know I've talked about this before in recent videos about how it's inevitable and how it's always going to happen regardless. So I mean, if you can still be cautious, not saying that not to be cautious, but you're still gonna have to deal with that throughout your journey. The first thing is to just don't pick it out. I know it's easier said than done. I need a retwist. It's about to be 2 months now. So it's about to be 2 months since I had my last retwist. This is what my hair looks like. Ooh. It feels and sounds really crunchy. It needs a little bit of TLC. It needs some loving. It's a little dry. But the hair I'm trying to do is a head wrap. So I don't want to wet my hair and then wrap it up, because then that's counterintuitive. I would have wet my hair if I'm going to have it out so it can air dry, but because I'm going to have it in a head wrap, I'm not really going to wet it. So yeah, first thing I want to say is just don't pick out the lint. I can say I have a couple of spots in my hair where I have lint. If I can find one in my mirror. I have a whole bunch. I know it because I have a cat. So that's another thing. I have a cat, so his hair goes everywhere, and that includes my hair. I can't find any right now, but the first thing is don't pick it out. So even if it's like at the surface, I suggest you don't pick it out, because picking out your lint, I mean, you don't know how long it's been there. That's for one. And when you have lint in your hair, it's usually like embedded within the lock. So I really can't find one. I was really hoping I could find one for this video. Okay, so the next thing I want to say is lint is not only a thing that happens with us with locks, it happens with everyone. So everyone gets lint. The only difference with us and loose naturals is the fact that they can actually comb their hair out. So the fact that they can comb their hair out, comb all the lint out every day or every time that they comb their hair. So that's the only difference with us, because our locks are just trapped hair stuck all together. Combing out your locks, combing out your lint is not beneficial. I've heard of people brushing their locks before to work with lint, to get rid of lint, but I've never tried that myself. I don't think I want to do that, because I don't know, I don't feel like brushing my locks. I feel like it would just be best for me to just let them be. So the style I'm gonna try to do is have like some hair out in the front. I have a huge forehead, so that's one thing I'm trying to minimize when I style my hair. This one is so big. Okay, so I have these two, and I feel like I'm gonna just pull my hair back and retwist just these four here so they can look fresh and nice and neat when I go out later. But yeah, so the only difference between us and loose naturals is that the fact that they can comb their lint out, literally. So that's the other thing. Lint is inevitable, so our hair, especially when it's long, it's gonna brush against our clothes. Like right now it's brushing against my my, what is this, robe? This robe, and it's silk robe. So if it was like a wool or like a cotton, whatever material that's trapped on my robe is gonna go into my hair. So this is another reason why I wear like silk robes when I'm in the house, or I always just have my hair up in general, because I don't want it to rub against whatever material I'm wearing. So that's another thing. Okay, so first I'm gonna take this and put it around my head, the perimeter, well, where I'm leaving my hair out. So I'm just gonna put it in here. It's like a sock, and stuck that in. Oh, my head is too big. But yeah, to continue on the part that I was saying, even times where you want to hug someone, their clothing materials, if your hair is long, is going to brush against their clothing. That can get lint into your hair. Let me see, air pollution, What else is there? Like literally like any little thing can get in your hair, honestly, at this point. So I live in New York, so during the winter time it's really hard. I have to find like different things like with silk or satin material for me to put on my head. Hats. What else is there? There's hats, there's scarves, there's sweaters, there's clothing in general. But yeah, lint is gonna get on you regardless. So I mean, it's best to try to prevent it, but it's inevitable at this point. So just work with what you got, because nobody's perfect. Nobody's locks is lint free completely. I know that's for sure, because if we can have buildup in our locks with products and whatnot, lint will definitely be in our locks. Another form of prevention that I highly recommend, and I say in all my videos, is to avoid gel. So avoid any gel, any souffles, any beeswax when you're retwisting your hair, because that material can also make your hair really sticky and prone to collecting lint. So like I said, I use if you're new to my channel, you'll know that I use Haitian castor oil, and that's the only thing I use in my hair. So I use the castor oil, and it's heavy, it is thick, but it's also very moisturizing, and it doesn't like draw as much lint as I would say, because I don't really have that problem, but I know it happens because of my cat. But yeah, avoid using a lot of gels and things that are really sticky, and that will cause like more things to be attracted to your hair. I mean, those kind of materials or those products are like magnets to lint. So just to avoid that, avoid using those kind of things in general, because it'll make the burden of having lint in your hair a lot easier. You get what I'm saying? The next one is, of course, what I'm doing right now is wrapping my hair. Covering my hair when I'm doing errands, when I'm going out. I mean, if it's aesthetically pleasing to me with what I'm wearing, the outfit, I would wrap my hair. I wrap my hair when I'm in the house. I wrap my hair when I'm doing my errands, when I'm cleaning, at night before I go to bed. I make sure that I'm always having something on my head, and I'm making sure like my ends are tucked in, so that just to avoid altogether. Like most of the lint will be like right here, like at your ends, because that's what brushes against a lot of the things that we come across. Sometimes it can be on your roots, like if you're walking under a tree, things can fall in, pollen can fall in your hair. But altogether, I just try to keep my hair wrapped as much as possible. So what I'm gonna do now, after having this sock on my head, I'm going to take this long wrap and wrap it around my head. So I'm gonna show you guys how I'll do that right now. Okay, so now that I have this on, have to work with this, and I'm also gonna, I don't put gel, like I said, I don't put gel, I don't put edge control. So I have this little brush, this little edge brush, and I brush my hairs, and I feel like that's enough for me. So I brush it, and then I pull it up just to hold it in, and that's pretty much all I do. I don't put any edge control or anything. And then I take a bobby pin and it holds in place. Me bend it so that it can go to the shape of my head. So it's bent, just like so. This is one side, and then I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side, and then we can continue with this, with the topic of lint. And okay, so next I have which I said multiple which I said before as well, keeping your hair off your back, keeping it off your shoulders, putting up high buns, but making sure that you don't have too much tension in your buns so that you don't hurt your edges, because our edges are really valuable. As our locks get heavier, it causes more tension on our hair, on our roots, so we have to be very extra careful about that. So that's one thing that I would say, definitely, with our locks getting longer. It doesn't always have to be up in a ponytail. It can be like one of these sacks, like the thing that I had when before putting this on. Things like that can help if you're into using things like that. But otherwise, yeah, they're very beneficial and help to ease some of the tension in our hair when we put our hair up. And that is it. So now that the back of my head is secured, I can work on this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just retwist these 4, just so that I can look put together. So my Haitian castor oil. This really wasn't supposed to be a tutorial, but you know, it happens sometimes. So put some at my root and put some on this root. And I will also link the video of how I retwist my hair, because I've done this multiple times and there's really nothing new at this point. And then I twist and follow. And that is literally it. That's it. Just those 2. Take my pen, pin it together, and I'm good to go. So I'm gonna leave this in for like however long. I'm gonna leave it until the last second and before I go out. So before I go out, I'll show you guys the ending of how my hair came out to be. But yeah, same thing again. All right, so continuing to my last point about lint and how we can either not prevent it, but to more like cover it up, is I would recommend maybe coloring your hair. So like if the lint is white, maybe coloring your hair a different color, or your natural hair color can also help with camouflaging that lint if it really bothers you that much, because I know like it can get a little annoying. So maybe adding some color. I personally, I don't know if I'm gonna do any color yet. I want to, but you know. Okay, so these 2 are done. I want to add color, but I really feel like if it has to be henna, a natural color, and yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because oh, there's something in my eye. My eyelash is in my eye. I hate when that happens. But yeah, so it would be probably most likely be henna, a way that is nice and natural. I don't want any bleach or anything that's gonna hinder or break my hair, dry my hair out. So yeah, that's the main thing that I'm trying to protect as much as possible. Protecting my ends, protecting my roots, just everything in general, because your hair is, I feel like my hair is me. So if my hair is not healthy, if my hair is not looking good, my hair is not, excuse me, up to par, I don't feel right. So yeah, those are my points for the lint. I will come back in a couple of minutes to show you guys my final product of my hair and how it came out with these, with the clips sticking out, even though it's really self-explanatory. But yeah, see you guys in a bit. So here I am removing the 2 pins, so I'm making sure they don't unravel. Go to the other side. One of my sides are longer than the other, but it's fine. So this is the final product. I'm gonna give you guys a little spin, making sure the edges are not too, don't have too much tension with the bobby pin. This is the back. So this is a really cute and easy style. Took me literally like 5 minutes. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.